3D Mind, I am I. The topic today is the Divine Viewer's Message. Dear friends, let us reflect on a powerful truth. The universe is a divine fabric woven with threads of light, energy, and intelligence. This fabric is not static. It is alive, dynamic, and continuously shaped by the will of the Supreme Weaver, the God. God, the Master Artist, has the power to mend and reshape the weave at any moment. Like waves in the ocean, patterns may rise and fall only to merge back into the vastness of the creation. The cluttered yarn of negativity, chaos, and disarray can be swiftly removed, discarded, and replaced with flawless threads of divine order and harmony. God's will, the ultimate authority. This truth reminds us that God governs the entries and the exist. This truth reminds us that God governs the entries and the exist. This truth reminds us that God governs the entries and the exit, the letting in and the letting out, the doing and the undoing of all creation. It is not for us to control the weave, but to align ourselves with the divine rhythm, to trust in the higher intelligence that orchestrates this cosmic masterpiece. When we fail to safeguard the fabric of our lives, mites in the form of destructive emotions, that is anger, fear, greed, and attachment, begin to eat away at the threads. These emotions weaken the weave and disrupt the harmony of the entire design. The only way to protect this sacred fabric is by surrendering to God's will and living with awareness, humility, and gratitude. The call to surrender. To surrender is not to give up, but to let go of the false sense of control and trust in the infinite wisdom of the divine. It is to recognize that we are but threads in the grand tapestry, each thread significant but reliant on the whole. In surrender, we find peace, in trust, we find strength, and in alignment with God's will, we find our purpose. Let us commit to safeguarding the fabric of life by keeping our hearts pure, our intentions noble, and our emotions balanced. Let us offer our struggles, fears, and desires to God, trusting that the divine weaver will mend and perfect all things in due time. A reminder to us all: God's weave is flawless, and its patterns are ever-changing yet eternally perfect. Let us marvel at this truth, cherish our place in the design, and strive to live in harmony with the divine will. Remember, we are the threads, God is the weaver, the fabric is eternal, and its beauty lies in surrender. Thank you. Love you all. 3D Mind, I am I. Pledge as guardians of the fabric of light. In the presence of the divine, as humble threads in the eternal fabric of light, we pledge to surrender to thy will. I offer my life, my thoughts, and my actions to you, O Lord. O divine weaver, may I live in complete surrender to thy will, trusting in your infinite wisdom and perfect design. To recognize oneness, I affirm that the Father and I are one, just as Jesus proclaimed the Creator and the creation are one. God is the light, the fabric, the design, and its functions. All is one. There is no duality, only Shivoham. I am Shiva, the pure consciousness. To celebrate gratitude, I bow in eternal gratitude for the gift of life, for the nurturing, protecting, and empowering grace you bestow upon me. I honor the awareness you have awakened within me to recognize my true nature as Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. To protect the fabric of light, I vow to safeguard the sacred weave of existence by living with integrity, compassion, and love. I shall not allow the mites of ego, anger, or fear to disrupt this divine fabric. To embody wholeness, I recognize that all is Purna, whole, and all is Brahman, the supreme intelligence. Nothing is lacking for you, O God. You are complete itself. May I see this wholeness in myself, in others, and in all of the creation. To serve as a guardian. I pledge to serve as a guardian of harmony, spreading peace and light wherever I go. May my actions align with the truth of Sat Chit Ananda, being consciousness and bliss eternal. To let go and trust. I release all attachments, desires, and fears into your divine hands, O Lord. I trust in your timing, your grace, and your plan. You are the doer and the undoer, the beginning and the end. To seek the self within. I vow to turn inward, to listen to the voice of the intuition, and to meditate on my true nature. I am a wave in the ocean of your consciousness, ever returning to the source. To radiate light. I pledge to reflect your light in all my words, thoughts, and actions. May my presence be a beacon of love, unity, and divine intelligence. To celebrate unity. I affirm that all is one in all and all in one. In this infinite oneness, I find my purpose, my peace, and my home. O God, the eternal light, the infinite weaver, guide me to live as a thread in your flawless design. May I honor the truth of Aham Brahmasmi, I am one with you. May I embody Shivoham, pure consciousness, in surrender, in gratitude, in service. I remain yours now and forever. Om Tat Sat. That is the truth. 3D Mind I Am I. A speech for my dear students. The journey of I Am. Dear students, today I stand before you. I am not merely speaking to a group of individuals. I am addressing a gathering of light, of consciousness, of the eternal I Am that resides within each one of us. Together, we are not separate entities. We are threads of the same infinite fabric, woven by the hands of the divine, pulsating with the energy of creation. Who am I? What is I Am? These are not just philosophical musings, but profound inquiries that define our very existence. I is the seed of individuality, and I Am is the flower of awareness. Yet, there is no separation between the two. I and I Am are one. We are here to discover this unity, not as separate beings, but as facets of the same consciousness. Like the rays of the sun, each of us shines uniquely, yet we all emanate from the same source. This realization is the essence of existence. We are the I Am of I. From I and through I, together we are one. We all are I Am I. The symphony of the universal project. To conduct the great project of life in this three-dimensional realm, every part of the universe collaborates seamlessly. Look around you. Consider this very moment. The podium from which I speak is a platform for truth. The microphones amplify my voice, carrying vibrations of knowledge, wisdom to your ears. The carpets, the chairs, the music system, and the fans create a space of comfort and harmony. The helpers, the waiters, and the cooks nurture us with sustenance. The lift, the building, and the timekeeper are all instruments guiding and supporting this experience. even the chief guest, here to share their life stories, and you, the audience, listening and absorbing, are part of this divine orchestra. The audience, listening and absorbing, are part of this divine orchestra. Each element, no matter how small, is significant. Each is God's creation, contributing to this moment of collective growth. The power behind it all. Do you know what makes the symphony work? It is not just the physical objects, people, or processes. It is the power behind it all, the original soundtrack of God, the eternal vibration that we know as Om. Words, language, and communication are not merely tools. They are vibrations that carry the frequency of creation. When spoken with awareness, they become a powerful force that transforms, empowers, and awakens. The power behind my voice, behind your breath, and behind the entire universe is God's infinite energy, hidden yet present everywhere. Becoming aware of energy. Students, everything around us is energy in motion, emotions. Whether it is joy, sorrow, anger, or love, all are manifestations of this infinite energy. When we are aware of this, we become creators, organizers, and destroyers, not of each other, but of negative energies that cloud our light. Let us choose the higher frequencies, those of love, compassion, and wisdom. Let us become symbiotic beings, harmonizing with the universe just as plants perform photosynthesis, transforming light into life. We too must learn to transform light into nourishment, breathe air as a life force with gratitude, absorb pure consciousness free of fear and duality, rising beyond gravity. Fear and gravity hold us down, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. But the invisible, invincible power of God, which some call dark energy, is not dark at all. It is the hidden light, the electromagnetic force that drives creation. It is the mind of the light, the intelligence, or call it the creator, that pervades all things. Students, when you align with this force, you gain wings, wings of wisdom, creativity, and boundless potentials. You rise above limitations and expand into infinite possibilities. The invitation to awaken. Let us then awaken to this truth. We are emotions, but we are also their masters. We are energy, but we are also its creators. We are individuals, but we are also the whole. All is Purna, complete. All is Brahman, intelligence. All is God. As we walk this journey together, let us remember we are not alone. We are one. We are the light, and we are I am I. Today, let us pledge to safeguard this sacred fabric of light, to nurture each other, and to remain open to the infinite intelligence that flows through us. Let us surrender to the divine will, trusting that the cosmic weaver knows the perfect design. From I to I am to I am I. Let us become the embodiment of the universal consciousness, spreading light, love, and wisdom wherever we go. Thank you. Om Tat Sat, Shivoham, Aham Brahmasmi. 3D Mind, I am I. A speech on Krishna, Rama, and Satyanarayana, the manifestations of truth consciousness. My dear embodiments of love, my dear students, and me too. Today, I invite you to embark on a profound journey, a journey into the essence of truth consciousness, the ultimate reality that manifests as Krishna, as Rama, and as Satyanarayana. These forms, though diverse in their expressions, represent the same cosmic truth, Purna Brahman, the complete and the infinite consciousness. The infinite consciousness that is both the creator and the creation, both the wave and the ocean, both dual and the non-dual. The essence of Purna Brahman. Purna Brahman is the ultimate truth, the Satya, the fullness of existence where 1 plus 1 is still 1. It is the realization that what we perceive as dual forms, what we perceive as emotions and actions is, in its core, non-dual. This truth is the foundation of Krishna and Rama's manifestations. Rama represents the ideal human, the embodiment of dharma, righteousness, discipline and duty. Krishna, on the other hand, reveals the playful dynamic and the transcendent wisdom of divine love and truth. Satyanarayana, as Purna Brahman, is the cosmic thread weaving the truth of Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss into the universe. All these forms exist to remind us of one truth, I am I, the Self and the Supreme are one. Duality as a play of non-duality. In their extraordinary lives, Rama and Krishna exhibited the wisdom of living in duality while being ever aware of their non-dual nature as Purna Brahman. Rama lived as a king, a son, a husband, and a warrior, fully immersed in the duties of human life, yet at every moment he was the self-aware I am I, guiding humanity through his example of dharma. Krishna, through his playful leelas, divine spots, and profound teachings in the Bhagavad Gita, revealed how to live in the world of duality without being bound by it. His message is very clear. Be in the world, but not of the world. Their lives were not about ego, but about destroying ego in all its forms, arrogance, greed, attachment, and ignorance, to re-establish harmony in creation. The cosmic stage, the Kshir Sagara. In the vast cosmic ocean of milk, Kshir Sagara, the universe plays out its endless drama. This ocean symbolizes the infinite consciousness from which everything arises. Rama, Krishna, and Satyanarayana are not separate from this ocean. They are its waves, its forms, its manifestations, its all supreme consciousness. Satyanarayana, the embodiment of truth, represents the eternal state of Purna Brahman, beyond time, space, and form. Rama and Krishna emerge as avatars embodying wisdom in specific dimensions, cultures, and timelines to restore balance and peace and awaken humanity to their true nature towards truth and as being I am I, the Supreme Consciousness. This cosmic play exists to guide us back to the realization that we too are part of this infinite ocean, seeking to awaken as waves and returning to the source I. The mind of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness teaches us that we are not limited beings. We are the light and the light is within us. When we realize this, we understand I am in the light is in me, and I am the light. This light is the infinite, invincible energy of the mind, empowered by awareness. It is the blank, infinite canvas of creation, where our thoughts and emotions are the colors with which we paint our reality. Awareness through wisdom. The forms of Rama and Krishna exist to guide us to seek wisdom, not as something external, but as the truth already within us. In integrated awareness, we realize that emotions, when guided by awareness, become tools of creation and not distractions. The infinite intelligence of Purna Brahman is always present. It only needs to be recognized. Ego dissolves when we align with the cosmic harmony of the self from I am to I am I. I am in the light is in me, and I am the light. This is the essence of Krishna consciousness. It is not about escaping the world, but transforming it with love, wisdom, and truth. Examples of the infinite play. The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reveals to Arjuna the truth of action without attachment, the harmony of being in the world while knowing one's eternal essence. Rama's life. Rama's adherence to Dharma shows how living a righteous life can dissolve ignorance and lead to liberation, moksha. Satyanarayana Puja. The rituals symbolize the realization of unity, reminding us that material and spiritual are not separate but part of the same whole. The eternal journey. Students, let us understand that life is not a series of random events but a carefully designed journey of I am I. From birth to form and back to the formless, the cycle of life and death is not an end but a transformation. The Creator experiences creation through us and in doing so awakens to its own infinite joy. A call to awareness. Let us live in constant awareness of this truth. We are the creators of our reality. We are the light of consciousness. We are the infinite waves in the ocean of Purna Brahman. 1 + 1 is 1. This is the eternal equation of existence. Rama and Krishna are not separate. They are one. You and I are not separate. We are one. As we move through life, let us remember the canvas of creation is infinite. Paint with awareness, love, and wisdom, and in every brush stroke, recognize the eternal truth I am I. Thank you. Om Tat Sat. Om Shivoham. Aham Brahmasmi. 3D Mind I am I. A speech. Embodiments of love, compassion, kindness, peace, harmony, and happiness. My dear students, you, the embodiments of love, compassion, kindness, peace, harmony, and happiness, are the true treasures of this world. It fills my heart with immense joy to stand before you and witness the brilliance that radiates from within each one of you. Today, let us reflect on some timeless truths that can guide your journey and help you unlock the infinite potentials you carry. A calm mind is the cradle of possibilities and positivity. When your thoughts settle like a serene lake, clarity arises and wisdom blossoms. A calm mind is not passive. It is powerful. It allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. With calmness, challenges transform into opportunities and fears dissolve into faith. Remember, the storms of life may come, but the calm within you will always hold the power to navigate them. Happiness, dear students, is not something you need to seek. It is the very essence of your soul. You do not need to run after it in the outside world because it resides within you. Think of a child's laughter, pure and spontaneous, free from judgment or conditions. That is your true nature, joyful, unburdened, and radiant. When you connect with this truth, life ceases to be a pursuit and becomes a celebration. So, please do celebrate the joy and the happiness of you being innocent, you being the I, you being the intelligence, and you being a part of the intelligence as I am, but absolute you are and we are, I am I. My dear ones, miracles occur in the space where judgment ceases to exist. When we look at the world, not through the lens of comparison, but with the eyes of acceptance, the extraordinary becomes possible. Imagine a garden where every flower, regardless of its color, its size or fragrance, is embraced for its unique beauty. That garden flourishes just as the world flourishes when we stop judging and start understanding. So we have to not judge, but start understanding and absorbing and acceptance. Judgment shrinks possibilities. Acceptance expands them. When we accept ourselves and others as they are, we open the doors to creativity, compassion, and collaboration. The miracles you seek in your relationships, your dreams, and your endeavors will naturally unfold when you create an environment of love and non-judgment. So, my dear students, nurture a calm mind and let your inner peace be your strength. Embrace happiness as your birthright and let it flow effortlessly from your soul. And as you walk through life, look at the world with eyes unclouded by judgment, for in that space lies the power to create miracles. You are the harbingers of a beautiful world where love, compassion, kindness, peace, harmony, and happiness reign. Carry this light within you, my children, and let it illuminate every path you tread. Thank you and love you all. 3D Mind, I am I. My dear students, you are the embodiments of love and harmony and happiness. You are the architects of a brighter tomorrow. Today, let us delve into the profound truths that can shape our lives and make the world a better place. A world where your inner strength and positivity can work wonders. The power of being equipoise or having a calm mind. A calm mind is like a still pond, reflecting the vastness of the sky. When your mind is calm, it is not distracted by ripples of fear or doubt. It becomes your compass, guiding you to the right choices. Think about it. Have you ever solved a complex problem when you were agitated? Calmness gives clarity, and clarity brings the solutions. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, you cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. Similarly, you cannot embrace opportunities or welcome positivity with a restless mind. When you cultivate calmness, you gain the ability to pause, to breathe, and to rise above the chaos. Here's a simple example. Picture a candle in a storm. It flickers and struggles to stay alight, but in a calm, windless space, it burns brightly, illuminating everything around it. That candle is you, me, and we, and the calmness is our protective shield. The nature of our soul is happiness, and happiness is not a treasure to be found. It is the light we carry within us. Too often, we tie our happiness to achievements, to our possessions, or approval from others. We call it validation. But true happiness arises when you live authentically without masks or pretenses. The great philosopher Rumi wrote, "When you let go of who you are, you become what you might be." Letting go of unnecessary expectations and self-imposed pressures allows our soul to shine in its natural state of joy. Remember, happiness is not a destination, it is the way we choose to walk. Imagine a bird singing at dawn. It sings not because it has all the answers, but because the act of singing is its nature. Similarly, when we embrace our inner joy, we become like that bird, spreading light wherever we go. So we have to spread the light, because we always have to say, I am in the light is in me, and I am the light, I am I. The miracle of non-judgment. Judgment is a wall. Acceptance is a bridge. When you judge yourself or others, you limit the possibilities of growth and connection. But when you let go of judgment, you create space for understanding and miracles to flourish. Think of the diversity in nature. A forest thrives because it accepts the coexistence of the tall trees, the tiny flowers, the grass, the mountains, and the flowing rivers. It doesn't judge which is more important. Similarly, when we see the world with a heart free of judgment, miracles become a part of our reality. As the Dalai Lama says, when you practice acceptance, you create a sense of belonging in the world. So, start with yourself, accept your strengths and your weaknesses, our victories and our mistakes. This self-acceptance will extend to others, creating harmony and fostering miracles in our lives. My dear students, let your life be a testament to love, kindness, and understanding. Nurture a calm mind, an equipoise, equanimity. Embrace happiness as your nature and practice non-judgment to create a world filled with miracles. Remember, you are the light the world needs. Let us conclude with a poem that captures the essence of our message. In the silence of the mind, stars align, the chaos fades and life turns absolute divine. Happiness blooms, a flame so bright, miracles dance in acceptance of light. O beloved souls, walk this way and the world shall shine brighter each day. शांत मन में छिपा आकाश है, जहाँ हर बाधा का हल अपने पास है. सुख है आत्मा का स्वाभाविक रंग, निर्णय की जगह लो समझ का संग. प्रेम करुणा से रचो ये संसार, हर दिन हो उज्ज्वल, हर रात हो पार. शांत मनात असतो सूर निराळा, शांत मनामध्ये असतो सूर विरळा. जीवनाला मिळतो आधार खरा झळाळा. आनंद हा आहे आत्म्याचा गाभा, स्वीकृतीत असतो चमत्काराचा दिवा. प्रेम, शांतता आणि करुणा धरुणी, तुम्ही उजळा या जगाचे क्षितिज सोनेरी. Carry these words in your heart and let your actions speak of the love, peace and kindness that you truly are. Thank you very much. Love you, my children. Love you all. 3D Mind I Am I. Empowering the pure intelligence. My dear students, and me too. I greet you not with mere formality, but with deep reverence for the immense potential that you embody. You are pure intelligence, we all are. We all are powerhouses of energy and lighthouses on the vast sea of life, guiding not only ourselves but countless others who seek clarity and purpose in this ever-evolving world. Each one of us stand as a beacon illuminating the darkness of ignorance and confusion. Within you and me lies the divine spark, the stardust of intelligence that connects us all to the infinite universe. We are not mere students. We are the creators and architects of a better tomorrow and navigators of the boundless sea of possibilities. Let this truth be etched in our hearts. The mind we possess is the Shakti of the Creator. We call it intelligence, or we can call it God, or we can call it pure consciousness. Call it what you will. It flows through us, in you, in me, and we and all. And we are not separate from the Supreme. We are Tattvamasi. We are Shivoham, the very essence of that ultimate reality. From I am, we rise to the divine realization that we are a part of the intelligence. So we are I am as the creation, I the creator, and absolutely we are one as I am I, Shivoham. But this realization is not an endpoint. It is the beginning of an extraordinary journey. To ascend and soar, you must channel your intelligence with clarity, focus, and determination. The infinite mind is our canvas, and our thoughts, words, deeds, and values are the brushes that will paint a masterpiece of life. There is no competition. The world may appear as a game of chess, but the truth is, we are all one in the great expanse of Purna Brahman, the Creator and the creation united Advait. Intelligence and intellect are but two sides of the supreme Advait consciousness, Shiv and Shakti, in harmonious union. We must dedicate ourselves to education, not merely as a means of acquiring knowledge, but as a way of igniting our inner light. We must cultivate values, channel positive energy, and navigate with purpose for our own self-realization and our own enlightenments, and to seek our goals. The goals have to be very, very clear. The goals have to be very clear, and we have to be one-pointed and steadfast. Our actions should infuse with dedication and determination. So, we must all rise, dear students, as lighthouses of wisdom and love, guiding the world towards harmony and awakening. Let brilliance light up not only the world around us, but also the universe within us. The poem, The Lighthouse of the Souls. You are the lighthouse, steadfast and bright, a guide for the lost through the stormiest night. Your soul is the beacon of flame that ascends, igniting the world where ignorance ends. Your mind, a sea of infinite space, paints with clarity the paths we embrace. Each moment, a star in the cosmic expanse, each deed a rhythm in life's sacred dance. Light up the world with values that soar, shine from within to the infinite shore. Let knowledge and wisdom, like rivers, entwine and flow to awaken the truth, the divine is thine. There is no competition, no rival, no foe, for all is one as above and so below. You are the Creator, the creation's voice. In this unity supreme, rejoice and rejoice. Ascend, dear soul, with purpose and grace, with Shiv and Shakti, the sacred embrace. From I am to I, in truth you'll see Tattvamasi, divinity free. So rise, O lighthouse, let your light remain a guide for the world through joy and through pain. For within you is power, eternal supreme, to light up the world and fulfill every dream. May you carry this understanding forward, always aware of the infinite light within you. Shine brightly, for you are the universe awakened in a human form. Explanation of the poem. The poem, The Lighthouse of the Souls, captures the essence of each individual as a beacon of light, wisdom, and purpose. It weaves together the themes of self-realization, interconnectedness, and the transformative power of knowledge and values. Here's a detailed interpretation of its verse. You are the lighthouse, steadfast and bright, a guide for the lost through the stormiest night. You are compared to a lighthouse, unwavering and radiant. Just as a lighthouse guides ships through darkness and danger, you have the power to lead others, offering wisdom, compassion, and clarity during challenging times. Your steadfastness symbolizes inner strength and resilience. A teacher who inspires students not just academically but also emotionally acts as a lighthouse. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, for instance, guided millions of youth in India with his wisdom and his vision. Your soul is the beacon of flame that ascends, igniting the world where ignorance ends. Interpretation. The soul is depicted as an eternal flame, rising and illuminating. It represents the transformative potentials within each one of us to dispel ignorance, not just in others, but within ourselves. The ascent symbolizes growth, self-realization, and spiritual evolution. An example: Nelson Mandela, through his journey from imprisonment to leadership, lit the flame of hope, ending ignorance about racial inequality and inspiring unity in South Africa. Your mind, a sea of infinite space, paints with clarity the paths you embrace. Your mind is likened to a vast infinite canvas capable of imagining, creating, and manifesting dreams. It emphasizes the importance of clarity, focus, and intent in choosing the paths you follow. Steve Jobs envisioned Apple products not just as tools but as transformative experiences, painting his path with creativity and focus. Each thought a star in the cosmic expanse, each deed a rhythm in life's sacred dance. The interpretation. Every thought is compared to a star in the boundless universe of our mind, suggesting the power of your imagination and ideas. Our actions form the rhythm of life's eternal dance, signifying that purposeful deeds create harmony in the larger cosmic order. Example: Malala, thought of advocating for education for girls, became a star, and her actions brought about significant change worldwide. Light up the world with values that soar, shine from within to the infinite shore. Interpretation. This stanza urges you to embody values such as integrity, kindness, and perseverance, which not only uplift your life but inspires others. True radiance comes from within, transcending all boundaries and limitations. An example: Mahatma Gandhi's value of non-violence and truth lit up the world, inspiring movements for justice and equality globally. Let knowledge and wisdom like rivers entwine to awaken the truth, the divine is thine. Interpretation. Knowledge and wisdom are compared to rivers flowing together to awaken the ultimate truth. That divinity resides within each one of us. This realization empowers us to recognize our connections to the universal consciousness. An example: Socrates' philosophy encouraged self-inquiry and wisdom, which led many to awaken their understanding of themselves and the world. There is no competition, no rival, no foe, for all is one, as above, so below. Interpretation. The poem emphasizes Advaita philosophy, non-duality, the oneness of all existence. Competition is an illusion because we are interconnected and share the same divine essence. This truth transcends dualities and fosters unity. Example: Environmental activists like Greta Thunberg reminds us that caring for the planet transcends borders as humanity shares one home and one destiny. Ascend your soul with purpose and grace, with Shiva and Shakti, the sacred embrace. Interpretation. This verse reflects the union of Shiva, pure consciousness, and Shakti, the dynamic energy, or call it the mind. The soul is called to rise with clarity and purpose, embracing both stillness and action, intellect and emotion, the masculine and the feminine energies within. Example: Yoga practitioners who align their lives with balance, such as Sadhguru, embody the integration of action and meditation. From I am to I, in truth you'll see, Tattvamasi, divinity free. Interpretation. The transformation from I am, ego-based identity, to I, the universal self or the supreme consciousness, leads to the realization of Tattvamasi. You are that. It signifies liberation from duality, Dvait, revealing the unity of the individual and the cosmos as Advait. Example, spiritual leaders like Ramana Maharshi embodied this realization, teaching others to transcend the ego and realize their divine nature. So rise, O lighthouse, let your light remain, a guide for the world through joy and through pain. Interpretation. The closing lines gives the message of resilience and service despite challenges. You are called to remain steadfast and illuminate the way for others, radiating hope and guidance. Example, Florence Nightingale, despite hardships, became a guiding light in nursing, setting a standard for selfless service. Quotes from the poem. Your mind, a sea of infinite space, paints with clarity the paths you embrace. Reflection, focus your thoughts and intentions. The mind is limitless in its capacity to create. Each thought a star in the cosmic expanse, each deed a rhythm in life's sacred dance. Now when we reflect, it is every thought and action contributes to the harmony of life, so choose wisely. There is no competition, no rival, no foe, for all is one, as above so below. The reflection on it is, true greatness comes from unity and recognizing the divine in all. Real life examples of living as a lighthouse. Oprah Winfrey, her journey from poverty to becoming a global icon of empowerment, exemplifies being a lighthouse. She uses a platform to inspire and uplift millions. Ibsina, as a polymath, he combined philosophy, medicine and science, guiding humanity with his wisdom and discoveries, leaving an enduring legacy. Wangara Maathai, founder of the Green Belt movement, she showed how small actions like planting trees can ignite environmental consciousness globally. In essence, the poem and its philosophy call upon each one of us to realize our infinite potentials, embrace our divine nature, and light up the world with purposeful action and unwavering faith. Greedy Mind I Am I, a poem, The Silence of the River. In quietude beside the flowing stream, I pondered deep, lost in a waking dream. Thoughts like ripples dance upon the tide, yet in that stillness I felt truth abide. The river whispered, a song of the whole, carrying secrets, a tapestry of the soul. And there, a leaf caught in the current's sway, surrendered to silence, drifted away. It sank to the depths where echoes fade, in the embrace of stillness, illusions laid. A thought, a seeker, in the depths it found, the essence of being, where silence is very profound. I am the river, it whispered with grace, a flow of energy, a boundless space. In stillness, the mind, like water, does roam, yet beneath the surface it finds its true home. No longer confined by the cage of the self, the leaf learned to dance, to be more than mere wealth. For in the depths it realized the game, that freedom is silence and love is the same. I am the light, the leaf sang to the deep. I am the silence, the awareness I keep. In the heart of the river, the truth intertwines, all is one essence where the divine reshines. All is one essence where the divine dwells and the divine shines. So let us remember, when thoughts start to race, in the silence we find our eternal embrace, for we are not caged by the mind's fleeting play, but the river of consciousness flowing away. In surrender, we blossom like leaves on the stream, embracing our wholeness, awakening the dream. We are all that we seek, In the stillness we see the freedom of silence, the essence of being I am, being I am I. We are free being I am I. Greedy mind I am I. What should I choose, silence or words? Life is a journey of choices, some apparent, some hidden in the folds of existence itself. One such choice is between words and silence, between speaking outwardly and listening inwardly, between multiplying thoughts into sentences and dissolving them into nothingness. What should I choose? Should I choose the path of words, where thoughts become sentences, where sentences stretch into conversations, where conversations shape impressions and impressions become identities? Should I engage in the great marketplace of communication, where speech is currency and language is the bridge? Should I speak loudly to the world while speaking silently within myself, crafting eloquence that moves hearts and minds? Or should I choose silence, absolute, untouched, unshaken? Should I retreat into the depths where words no longer exist, where thoughts dissolve before they take form, where sentences never multiply and impressions cease to matter? Should I step into the realm where existence is not tied to expression but to pure being, where I am not a speaker, not a thinker, but simply I am? Words give structure to reality, but silence reveals its illusion. Words create the world, but silence dismantles it. If I speak, I become the creator of duality, I and you, this and that, here and there. But if I am silent, I enter the stillness where nothing exists except the singular self, the one who is both the creator and the creation. To be in silence is to forget the echoes of the world, to dissolve in an absolute state of oneness. No words, no networking, no socializing, just a return to the origin, where every thought loses its weight, where gravity itself ceases to pull, and existence floats in a state of zero gravity. So what should I choose? Should I be the speaker sculpting the world with words, or should I be the silent one dissolving it into pure awareness? Perhaps the greatest wisdom lies not in choosing one over the other, but in knowing when to speak and when to be silent. To speak when the world needs a voice, to be silent when the soul needs space, to create with words when the moment calls for expression, and to dissolve into silence when the moment calls for stillness. To exist and to be non-existent simultaneously, like the sky which holds the storm and the calm within the same vastness. That is the highest state of being. Silence is not an absence, but a presence, not emptiness, but fullness. Words create the world, but silence reveals its illusion. The loudest voice is the one that speaks within in the language of awareness. When the mind stops speaking, the soul begins to sing. A single moment of absolute silence can be more profound than a lifetime of speech. Words multiply thoughts, silence dissolves them into wisdom. Be so silent that even your existence disappears and only awareness remains. Phrases. A mind full of words is like a river in a storm, but silence is the stillness of a deep ocean. We speak outside to impress, but we speak inside to understand. Let silence be your mirror. It reflects the true self. Where speech ends, the real journey begins. Silence is the bridge between illusion and truth. In absolute silence, I discover that nothing exists except I am. The sky and the clouds. Example: The sky and the clouds. Words are like clouds that form, change, and disappear. Silence is the vast sky that holds them without attachment. We often chase clouds, forgetting that the sky is always present. The ocean and the waves. Just as the ocean is vast and deep beneath the restless waves, our true self is beyond the restless words and thoughts. When the waves settle, the depth of the ocean is revealed, the candle and the darkness. A candle illuminates the dark just as words light up conversations. But true clarity comes when we turn off the distractions and allow the darkness of silence to reveal what words cannot. The mirror and the dust. A dusty mirror cannot reflect clearly. Words are like dust that clouds perception, while silence is the act of. A dusty mirror cannot reflect clearly. Words are like dust that clouds perception, while silence is the act of cleaning the mirror to see reality as it is. Meditation techniques for entering absolute silence. Zero gravity meditation, letting go of mental weight. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and imagine yourself floating in space. Feel the pull of thoughts as if they are gravity. Now, consciously let go of each thought, feeling yourself getting lighter. Keep repeating, I am nothing, yet I am everything. Enter the state where even thought ceases and only awareness remains. The silent observer awareness without reaction. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, observe your thoughts as if they are passing clouds. Do not engage, do not react, just watch. Slowly, the thoughts will reduce and silence will expand. Feel the presence of pure awareness beyond words. The space between words, listening to silence. Instead of meditating on a mantra, meditate on silence. Speak a word in your mind, then focus on the space before the next thought arises. With practice, the space will lengthen and silence will deepen. Dissolving into oneness. No self-meditation. Sit and gently repeat, who am I? With each repetition, feel your identity dissolving. Imagine yourself melting into the vastness of the universe. Keep going until there is no I left, just being. A story for meditation. The monk and the echo. A young seeker once climbed a mountain to find a wise monk who was known to have attained enlightenment. The seeker had many questions about existence, purpose, and truth. Upon reaching the mountain top, he found the monk sitting in absolute stillness. The seeker asked, "What is the truth of existence?" The monk remained silent. The seeker asked again, "Why do words create division while silence brings unity?" Still, the monk did not speak. Frustrated, the seeker shouted, "Why don't you answer me?" Suddenly, the mountains echoed his voice back to him. "Why don't you answer me? Why don't you answer me?" The monk smiled and finally spoke. "Do you see? Words only bring back more words. Silence, however, brings realization. Now listen deeply, not to me, but to the silence around you." The seeker closed his eyes. For the first time, he listened, not with his ears, but with his soul, and in that moment, he understood silence does not give answers, it dissolves the questions. From that day onward, he spoke less, listened more, and in that listening, he found himself. If we must choose between words and silence, let us choose wisely. Words are tools, but silence is wisdom. Let us learn to balance both, speaking when it serves and being silent when it transforms. Ultimately, the greatest state is neither speech nor silence, but the realization that we are beyond both. The Vedic story Nachiketa and the Lord of Death. Katha Upanishad. Young Nachiketa, seeking truth, travelled to the house of Yama, the god of death. Yama, impressed by his sincerity, offered him 3 boons. For his third boon, Nachiketa asked, "What happens after death? What is the eternal truth?" Yama tested him with temptations, wealth, pleasure, and power. But Nachiketa refused. "I seek only self-realization," he said. Seeing his purity, Yama revealed the ultimate truth. The self-Atman is neither born nor does it die. It is beyond time, space, and causation. Knowing this, one is liberated from the cycle of birth and death. Enlightenment comes to those who reject distractions and seek the eternal truth beyond life and death in silence, in seeking, being a seeker and the seeked. Vigyan Bhairav's story, The King and the Secret of the Universe. A king once sought wisdom from a wandering yogi. He asked, "What is the essence of enlightenment?" The yogi gave him a profound teaching from the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. Whatever you perceive, sound, form, thought, let your awareness dissolve into its source in silence. In that moment, you will transcend the illusion of separation and experience pure consciousness. The king meditated on silence, in silence, with silence. He listened to the sound of a bell and followed it into silence. As his awareness merged with that silence, he dissolved into the infinite. He realized that everything is Shiva, everything is Shivoham, everything is consciousness, everything is I am I. Enlightenment is not something to be attained, it is recognition that we are already that. The story of Christ, the kingdom within. A seeker once asked Jesus, "Where is the kingdom of God?" Jesus replied, "The kingdom of God is within you." People expected a kingdom outside, a physical paradise, but Christ taught that heaven is not a place but a state of being, realized when one connects with the divine within in silence. One day, he took a seed and said, "If you have faith as small as this mustard seed, you can move mountains." The disciples understood enlightenment is not about external miracles, but about awakening faith and divine presence within. The true kingdom is not in the external world, but in inner realization of divine love and presence. The story of Guru Nanak, the ego and the ocean. Once Guru Nanak travelled with his disciples Mardana to a river. There he saw people offering water to their ancestors in the sun. He returned the other way and started throwing water towards the home. He turned the other way and started throwing water towards his home. People laughed. "What are you doing?" they asked. Guru Nanak Ji replied, "If your water reaches your ancestors in heaven, why can't my water reach Punjab?" The people understood his message. Rituals without true understandings are meaningless. True enlightenment comes from inner devotion, not outward gestures. He further taught, ego is like a drop of water. When it dissolves into the ocean of the divine, enlightenment happens. Self-realization happens when one dissolves the ego and merges with divine consciousness. Mahavira's story, The Silent Awakening. A prince once asked Lord Mahavira, "What is the highest truth?" Mahavira remained silent. The prince was confused. He asked again, still silence. Then Mahavira spoke. Truth cannot be spoken. It can only be realized. Words are like fingers pointing to the moon, but they are not the moon itself. He further explained, non-attachment, non-violence, and self-discipline lead to inner stillness, and in that stillness, the soul awakens. The prince meditated on silence and soon realized, beyond words, beyond thoughts, enlightenment is the pure experience of self-awareness. True wisdom is not found in words, but in direct experience of the inner silence. Islamic story, The Sufi and the Guest. A Sufi master Rumi once had a visitor who asked what is the essence of enlightenment. Rumi smiled and served him tea. As the guest drank, Rumi suddenly clapped his hands. The guest started spilling tea everywhere. Rumi laughed and said, "Awakening is like this. You are asleep, thinking you know reality, but one moment of truth will shake you and spill away all illusions." The guest asked, "How do I prepare for such awakening?" Rumi replied, "Lose yourself in divine love. When you vanish in devotion, enlightenment happens effortlessly." Enlightenment is not intellectual, but a sudden, direct realization, often when one surrenders completely. Upanishad story, The Salt and the Ocean. A disciple asked a sage, "What is self-realization?" The sage gave him salt and asked him to mix it into water. "Now take out the salt," the sage said. The disciple replied, "It has dissolved. It is everywhere in the water." The sage smiled. Just as the salt cannot be separated from the ocean, your soul is inseparable from the supreme reality. You think you are separate, but in truth you are one with Brahman. The disciple closed his eyes and meditated, feeling himself dissolve into the vastness of the universe. He realized there is no I, only the Eternal One. Self-realization is dissolving the illusion of separation and recognizing oneness with the infinite. Each of these traditions, Zen, Vedic, Tantric, Christ, Sikh, Jain, Sufism, and Upanishad, point to the same truth. Silence is deeper than speech. Ego is the veil that hides reality. Oneness is already within you. Realization happens when you let go, not when you grasp. Not when you grasp. No matter which path you walk, enlightenment is not about reaching somewhere. It is about waking up to what you already are. Om Tat Sat. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.